Hello lovelies, today we're making a very simple little pouch bag wrap thing for sewing and making whilst travelling, because I'm travelling and I made a thing. So here's the little pouch here, all made up. You don't have to do the paper piecing, though I'm going to show you how to. You can just use a piece of fabric that's the same size. And here it is on the inside. Very exciting. Let's do it. This is my original sketch out of where everything I want to be is going to go. And I'm going to be using some paper piecing bits that I've put together. I'm just going to measure how big I want it, and then I've got to fill in some blank spaces. So I'm going to show you how to do English paper piecing. First, you're going to get some special glue, and you're going to glue the fabric around the sides of the paper. And then you're going to get your needle and some thread, and you're going to get some kind of beeswax or thread stuff. Mine's from Amy Calissa. And then thread your needle, do my little trick, wrap it around 3 times and pull the end down to itself. And then you're going to line up those edges so that the pattern pieces tessellate. And then you're going to whip stitch it together, trying to get only like 1 or 2 threads at a time. Best if you use a thimble, by the by. I use mine on my 3rd finger, use yours on your middle finger. It works better. So now it's time to pop out all the paper pieces now that we've got everything all put together. This takes a while, but it's very satisfying to watch. Now that we have the outside fabric all done, put together, I'm just making sure that I know the size for each of my panels. So they're going to be about 4-ish inches. So I'm going to cut my interior lining fabric for 5 inches so that I've got my seam allowance, which is fine. And then I'm going to cut that into 3 strips. I'm adding a 4th strip here just for the zipper pocket. So that is 3 in total. I'm also going to have some mesh fabric over the top of this section and some felt used as well. And then my zipper. I'm using a bag making mesh fabric. I'm going to be cutting that 5 by 5 so that it also has seam allowance. And then I'm going to be putting some rollover elastic on the top, which I'm also going to cut out here. I'm also using zipper tape by the meter, and I have the most adorable zipper pull ever to include with it, which I got while I was away. I'm going to link down below how to actually do that, because I don't know. So we can see here that for this project, I'm going to have 2 little sections here for felt so that I can have pins and all sorts of other bits there. And I'm going to do that above where I have that mesh pocket for all things like tape and that sort of thing. Then on this next section, I have a pocket for pens. And then I also have another little pocket that's lined with felt for scissors and my elastic. I did a nice decorative stitch at the top of the pen pocket, and then I folded over one side, stitched that on, and then the other side's left free. Okay, so I just attach the elastic. The bottom is all the way because that will be covered by the binding around the outside of the case. At the top I've left a loop and sewed it back onto itself underneath. I'm not sure what the loop will be used for, but you know, something. Sorry, my battery died so I couldn't film it, but I put on the casing for the scissors. Basically I wrapped the fabric around the felt and then basted it down and then popped it on here. Okay, so I have basted down the pocket and I also put the fold over elastic at the top. And now for these 2, I've got stitches at the top and the bottom for this one, which is for pins and clips. And then this one I've done 3 sides. I'm going to put some fill in here and then I'll do the top. I hope. This is the stuff I'm putting in. I would show you, but I need 2 hands. So I'll just put the stuff in. That's just a little bit just to help keep all my needles and pins and stuff a little bit sharper and a little bit nicer. So I put my zipper pull on. I've never done that before. I'll link a video down below from Sally Tomato about how to do that. I'm very excited. Look how cute it is. Okay, now I have to attach it to these things. Okay, so here's how it's going to stick together, I think. We've got a zipper pouch here, the centre there, and then this one here with that, and then so this one comes in first. This one goes over the top, I believe. That's how I'm going to do it anyway, so we'll see how it works. The only thing left to do before putting it all together is to chew up the sides of my outside fabric and then add an extra piece around the outside of that just to make sure that it's exactly the right size for my 3 inner sections, which I'm also going to sew together. So I have used wadding to the back, some basting spray to glue the pieces together. Okay, so all basted together. I'm going to take these little stuff off, which shows you what it does. So now I need to trim all of the excess around sides, including all the zipper excess, and then put the binding on and work out what I'm going to do with the closure. To attach binding around the outside, you're going to do it the same as you would for quilting. I've got a link below to a really great video from Missouri Star, but basically you do 2.5-inch strips, fold it in half and press, and then you're going to put that raw sides out or lined up around the outside, making sure that your fold over is towards the inside. So that I'm using a 1/4 stitch seam allowance, and then you're going to flip it over. To get it really even on that side, I've just overlapped it by the same amount as the width of that border fabric, and then you sew it on the bias, and it should sit perfectly in line with itself, and it's invisible where you've added the 2 bits together. I've also used some ribbon as my tie, and I've just popped that underneath the seam allowance of the border fabric, and then once I finish doing the first round, I flip it out the other way, which is actually towards the inside, normally be the opposite way around, and then I'm going to top stitch over that. If it was a quilt, I would hand bind it, but I wanted it done a bit quicker than this. But that's it. It's all done. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. If you did make it, please show me on Instagram or send it to me or tag me. I'd love to see what you've made. And yeah, see you later.